something?
Maybe we ready to start? No, he'll stop when it starts. He'll probably just stop it.
Can you just let my barber concentrate, please?
We're going
Ready? Ready to start? Aye.
We'll just start then.
Aye. Right, so we're back. Everybody, we're back. Reilly's Gaff, and we've got Kaz is back again. Everybody.
Kaz, Star 11 the Flesh back on.
What's that? How are you? How you been, Kaz?
I'm good, man. Life's different, innit? As you can
Aye.
see, barber on set.
Aye, man. It does look different, man. So.
Aye, it's a bit like distracting kind of, innit? Like, aye, it's your podcast. You just fucking say it.
Right. Kaz, is there any way we could maybe stop the haircut?
Wait, just a second.
Right.
Is that good, bro? Thanks, man.
Would it be alright to
No,
cut
it
my...
just does my hair, bro.
Or is it just yours? Alright,
Cheers, bro. Appreciate it.
okay then.
What's
Right,
good?
See you later, mate.
Alright, see you later, mate. Aye, but we're in, man.
We're back again.
We're back.
We're back. The
What's
scene is
good?
set. Oh, man. So happy to see you back here.
I'm glad to be back, man. It's
Right.
good to see you.
Beautiful. We've not seen each other since the first
Since the
episode.
first one, I can't
Since
believe
the
it.
first episode.
It's crazy.
Since
Mate,
history was made.
oh, it was made. Everybody, I love in the comments of that one. Everybody's like, "Can't you believe they kept the sunglasses on for the entire episode?" The 3 years are just sitting like, it's funny, but
I forgot we should have
should have
worn
brought
them
them,
again.
man. Nah, it was like first episode vibes.
In fact, I've got other presents. I do not come empty-handed
Oh,
there.
This guy.
There.
That's
I
fucking
see some guests come in empty-handed, but me never.
Some come in and take us
This
as
is
kids.
Aye.
Really?
So Sean and Ben come in and take all the cameras and that.
You got the cans.
Well, first I need to plug Milligan in it.
Oh.
We've got sliders and new socks dropping. When's this dropping? Sunday.
Sunday.
aye.
So the following Friday. So Friday come in sliders and socks. So I've got a pair of socks for yourself. Oh, I need to remember everybody. Innit? And then we've got the black sliders. By the way, I know you're a size 10, innit? But these are a 9.
That's sound, mate. I'm a 9 or 10. Say anything to get the
There
sliders.
you go, bro.
Jamie
Mate, they
is
look-
planning and got to the
They are,
gym,
they
so
are
it might.
cool.
No, wait. By the way, I have to admit the cream pair.
Going
Much
to the
better.
gym.
Jamie's going to try to lose some weight in his feet at the gym, so you've been doing foot exercises
Mate,
a long
I have to
time.
admit, you've got the best pair, bro.
They've got, can I
That's just
Yeezy,
how-
Yeezy vibes, bro?
Better than Yeezy,
Sorry,
bro.
sorry.
Look, Yeezy's flat, a bit
Mate, they
boring.
look so comfy.
These are like clouds, mate. Like walking on
actually
clouds.
are.
There you go. And I've got
these are
one
good
more
one.
present, but you
Right,
need
I'll-
to compete for it though.
Oh.
Are you putting them on? I'll put mine on.
Of course I'm
I've already got like sandals. They're more sandal, aren't they? Got them in Vietnam.
stunning, brother.
Stunning, man.
Let me try these on, man. Oh,
Get the Jordans to fuck.
oh hold on. And, mate, you, I feel like I'm on an ice rink. Like it's like a mad. Oh my, mate, that's beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Walking on
appreciate it.
clouds, brother. Thank you very much.
It really,
Anytime, man.
actually, you know, that's a thing that people say. Oh, it's like walking on clouds, but I really do feel like I'm walking on a cloud.
I only produce the best.
You do say
know that. Do you know what I mean? I've got one more present, but you need to play rock paper scissors for it, or you can have it like a week each. It's up to you.
Oh,
I think we go for the jugular rock, paper, scissors, bro.
one time.
One time.
Just
Nobody
one.
plays rock, paper,
I
scissors
say just
once.
once. Whoever wins the first round.
Or best of three.
No, do the one.
Nah, just go.
Do the one. Right, I've been practicing this forever, right? So we're going to rock, paper,
Practicing?
scissors, right? I've been practicing rock, paper, scissors forever, bro, right?
Right.
Right.
I know a way you can always win, mate.
Do we do it on...
Me, I know, mate, my trick.
Do we do it on scissors?
See, not on Darren Brown, mate.
I got a glass box in it. Right.
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Aye, a bastard.
That's the trick, mate. Always go the same thing twice, mate. He's thinking, well, you're going to change it up. Nah, mate, I'm staying the same.
You ready?
Right, let's go.
I've got you a Rolex, bro. I'm getting a new one, so I thought I'd give you the old one.
Fuck.
There you go, bro.
That's not real.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yo, that BBC Three money is different. Right, hear
I
me?
told you life's different.
Life is different. The Barbel's on tour with him.
Mate,
He's
that's
giving out
insane.
rollies. He's giving out cloud feet. And honestly,
Cloud feet.
can we get a zoom in? Will you be able to zoom
You
in?
can either keep it or sell it for like 25k.
Beautiful stuff, man.
That's insanity, bro.
Look at
I
that.
need to look after the boys, man.
Oh, Unlucky, Jamie.
that came a rock, paper, scissors is fucking... It's a fucking £22,000 rock, paper, scissors.
You now always use my tip, mate. Always go the same thing twice, mate.
Oh shit,
I thought you were just fist
I fucked that again, Trips.
Mate, I've never been beat at rock, paper, scissors. But anyway, man, Kaz, man, what have you been? Tell us what you've been up to since we last seen you, man. So when we seen you, this was the Love in the Flesh was just in the works, wasn't it?
Aye, so I told you off camera about Love in the Flesh, innit? But obviously I never said it on the podcast. Yeah. But I've just been waiting on it the whole time. We ended up filming it last September. So it was just maybe, I don't know. I'd already been.
I think you had.
I'd already been.
Because we started at the end of September and it was like, you were like 5th episode or something.
So I'd already been there. And it was just a waiting game, man. Like because I admit as well, right? My views started dropping and shit at the start of the month, and everybody was like, "Guys, it's falling off." I'm like, "Nah, just wait, trust me, just hold on." Do you know what I mean? And then, finally came, man.
Aye, mate, it was mad. You watched it, didn't you?
I watched it for when you came in. I watched your ones, but I think I'm wanting to go back and watch it for start because it's actually good, isn't it?
Mate, no, I actually because the only reason I watched it was because you're in it, right? But then when I started watching it, I was like getting into it, man. It was good. Mate, it is addictive. I'm because I was watching it and I was like, oh, there's these mad guys and blah. You weren't even in it yet. It was like I think it was the episode you were coming in. I was like, oh, these fucking people, man. What the fuck's going on here? And then like 3 episodes and I'm like, I can't believe he just said that to her. Like, what the fuck's going on? That's out of order and all that, pure into it. But mate, you arrived. So do you want to maybe explain like the concept to this show and where people can watch it if they want to go and watch it, then come back to this?
Right. So, there's so many untold stories, man. I can find. I'm going to address. This is like so many exclusives on this podcast. Nobody's ever seen the sliders before. They've seen it on here now. Untold stories of Love in the Flesh. So, Love in the Flesh. It's originally 5 couples that I've never met but speak online, and you meet for the first time at the beach house in Greece. Now, then 6 singles come in a few episodes after.
Have
me
they spoke to anybody?
Nah, we do not know who's in there. We've no spoke to each other, nothing. So me being one of the singles coming in as like a bombshell. But I was meant to be on an original. I thought they maybe would have aired that because we spoke about it quite a lot in there, but they never. So I was meant to be an original with a certain someone. No giving. What's the point giving them clout now? Do you know what I mean? They missed their chance, bro. But there was like, bro, it was like 2 days before flying out, she got like too nervous. She was like, I can't do it, I'm shitting out. So I was like, fuck. But she too, like, I'm going to be honest, right? We hardly ever spoke. She just told me she wanted a certain lifestyle, like influencer type. So I was like, look, I've got this opportunity. Do you want to come on? So she was like, oh my God, it'll boost my socials, shit like that. But then 2 days before, she shut out. So I was like, oh, this has ruined my opportunity. Do you know what I mean? And at this point, I didn't know that there was bombshells and singles coming in. So just me thinking, fuck. So I phoned the main producers and everything. I was like, look, these people need tested. Put me in as a bombshell. So I start asking to be the bombshell, knowing there's already other bombshells in there. Do you understand?
Aye.
So they were like, look, just hop on the plane. You'll get picked up at this time, blah, blah, blah. We'll figure something out. We'll get you on. I was like, oh. Right, sound amazing, right? So me being there, you had to quarantine in a hotel for 10 days.
Because this was right at like during.
This is during COVID and shit. So I had to quarantine 10 days in this hotel, and you only got 30 minutes a day to leave, bro, to go to the pool.
I think that's called a jail, mate. I think you were actually in jail for a while, mate.
Bro, legit, it was so boring, man. But so we done that, and then I was maybe like a few days before that. Before going in, I found out that there was more singles from like, because when you get your 30-minute suit, there's somebody to take you out. Sometimes we got like Greek people just there that got a job pretty much, a few shifts. And then I'd ask them and question them, then they'd tell me. I was like, shit, there's more people. It's like, fuck. Like a bit nervous now, do you know what I mean? So then there was already 6. Then me coming in would have been the 7th. So they ended up getting ready someday and flew them back home and got me in, bro. God, legit. So there was somebody that went there for the experience and never even got it. Like just some backups, do you know what I mean? And then it came to the day going in, man, and fuck, I was shitting myself. Like obviously I was prepped for it. Like I'd manifested going into this opportunity and being on TV and shit. But it was like, right, your bus is outside. Go jump on the bus and wait and then you'll be escorted to the beach house. So then 2 of the other boys that came on the bus, so it was a bus just for us 3 boys and a bus for the 3 girls, the 6 bombshells in total. But we weren't allowed to speak to each other. So we're on this bus just staring at each other, bro. Like,
What, sitting back to like
I just no allowed to talk because there's like producers not on the bus as well. And then we hop off the bus, and then the girls hop off, and we need to like sneak through the back because they do not know we're coming yet.
Right.
And they're outside, like at the pool.
That was on the programme, wasn't it? Aye.
So then we had to like walk up the wee bit. But when you seen it, we came in a boat, innit?
Aye, the shot.
Aye.
Oh, the shots were
Sick.
magnificent, bro.
Sick.
Mate, see that moment, right? So I'm sitting, episode 4, is it?
3 I came in.
3, aye. So episode 3, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, right, these couples, I've been talking for 5 years and we've never met. And I'm like, right, okay, cool. You sound very cool. And then, so then they're in, whatever, and I'm like, where is the fucking goat? Where is Milligan? I want to see him. And next thing I know, man, the shirt is rippling. The shirt's rippling in the wind, man, and he's just sitting, the Milligan sunglasses on. Life is sweet. And for there, the show got a lot better, mate.
I have to admit, I honestly think I was the best in the show.
Aye, mate. You've got this is.
And I never even got the most airtime.
Aye, I think what they done was, we can obviously talk about like what happened in the show, right? They seem to just give the couples that were like in the most turmoil the most airtime, whereas
Aye, if things are going kind of smooth and you're just kind of
because there's no much that's not what they want. They want like, oh, he's talking to her now. Oh my god, right? Used to go and talk to each other and talk about that. But episode 3, you came in, man, and it was a beautiful sight.
You seen us coming in as a boat and then walking up, but that's not how it's shot. So we just walked up because the water was too choppy when we were entering. So after filming, like a whole week after, we had to go on the boat and reshoot the entrance. No, we didn't have to reshoot coming up, just the boat to the shore.
Right.
So the original walk up was authentic,
Right.
but the boat to the shore.
you all knew each other
Do you know
for
what I
a
mean?
week and shit. You know? It's editing, baby.
Exactly.
Beauty of editing, Joseph will tell you that.
But like us walking up and meeting the people for the first time, that was legit.
Aye.
Like, do you know what I mean?
That would probably be the best way.
You couldn't reshoot that.
That would be like
at all.
so
Nah.
awkward, wouldn't it? Be like, and you've just been with them for like, how long was it over the course of? Like, how long were you
So
there?
the whole series was 8 days.
8 days, man.
So it was 8
Jeez.
episodes, 2 episodes a week for 4 weeks.
Fucking feels. I mean, it feels like fucking about a month. See me, I'm watching it.
Bro,
TV.
I wish it was, man.
Aye.
Because like, see the show, right? I feel like it didn't. My opinion, it didn't do as well as what it could have because we were in there for a week, bro.
Aye.
Do you understand? The first week of Love Island's terrible. It's
I know,
boring.
I was going to say, see what
You're just getting to know
people.
people, and everybody's writing on Twitter this year's shit and all that, and
Aye.
it takes a few weeks for people to go.
Exactly.
Like me, can't believe you just said that to her. Sort of shit.
So like, if it went on for longer, there would have been more. Like, it would have got
Aye,
mad.
You've crammed like a lot in for the week, but because as you said, it
Aye,
felt like
ages.
6 weeks or something.
But
It was so sick.
aye, but see, like when you first went in that, like what did you feel? What were you feeling in that moment? Like, were the nerves gone once you're walking up, or were they still? Was it just a bit of everything at once? Just
Nah,
like,
it was-
whoa.
see, like what I feel like, this is how I think, man. It's like I feel like, what if you go and meet a new group of people, surrounded by like 160 hidden cameras, bro, right? And what if Obdi's talking and you're on the outside of the group trying to talk, but nobody's listening?
Trying just like. Aye, man.
That's what I was scared for, bro. But trying to get
They
involved.
don't need to like, drop things on purpose like that, pure.
Go to shake people's horn and they're like looking away from you and you're just like,
Oh, mate, see, to be honest, I would be like that, innit? I would be like, what if I'm the pure odd one out here and they all think I'm just like boring, or they think, do you know what I mean?
I think me and you would be the mad odd ones out and stuff like that because
We are a pair of freaks, let's
We
be
are,
honest.
mate,
We
we
would
are.
not do well. I always say, because somebody actually wrote, as if like, I'm not the type of person that would get picked for this sort of thing, but I remember somebody wrote pure, see like, when my video started doing well or not, they were like, would you ever consider God of Love Island? I was like, Love Island would never consider having me on it in the first place, let's be honest.
you'd go in and start talking about like ancient aliens and all that.
Mate, I would be out of there in a week, mate. They'd be like, get this wee paranoid wreck out of here, man. But aye, what were you, so you go in.
I was nervous, man.
Aye?
Like, because I don't know. like you're kind of nervous, like walking up to it, but then when it was like, right, 3, 2, 1, action, walk up and go surprise them, then it's like, right, 3, 2, 1, right, game faces on. So the nerves kind of left, but you never seen it either. I walked in with Lauren, holding hands with Lauren with the red head, and her heel got stuck when we were walking up the hill, and she fell, and I had to help her up. I'm like, my entrance is ruined.
Fucking stand in there!
And she's like, help me up. Like,
I was raging.
Behind a fucking boat!
So we ended up like being a wee bit behind and shit. I was like, fuck, why me, man? But
See,
it was calm.
What I was wondering, though, I was going to ask you was like, do you know how it's like reality telly? It's like meant to be reality. How much of it in your head was like acting, and how much
like,
was it just being real?
There was quite a lot of, bro, this is bright in here, man.
keep on.
There's been a few people ask, like, oh, is it scripted or blah, blah, blah. But none at all,
No,
man.
I don't mean that. I mean, like, in your brain. I don't mean you've been given something. I mean,
Right.
like, how much it were you, like, just being yourself, and how much it were you, like, right, I'm going to try and act like this now. I'm going
Oh, no, the full time. So I had a game plan before going in, right? And I did.
If anybody would.
Aye, legit, I did. And then there was a few people that worked there that was like, oh, I think you like this person. Once you go in, you'll see it. And I feel like, do you know what I mean? Be that certain dickhead type guy. So I was like, fucking right, mate. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to steal the, do you know what I mean? But bro, as soon as you got there, game plan's out the window, man.
Is it? Aye.
Oh, you can't go, like, you can't, man. Like,
Mate, I think you maybe look like, I was about to talk about somebody in it. Is it Dan?
Dan with the long hair, ponytail.
Okay, let's talk about that scene, because me and him are texting each other, right? So like, so there's a scene. If you watched them all back, you would have. So see this, it's like the first night, same episode, you just come in, and Big Dan right away, mate, full of spunk, right? He's clocked about 7 birds. There's only 6 birds in the villa, right? He's got 7 in his head. Right? He's like hard.
He's gone for the 7th
Mate,
one.
I know Dan came in there with a league table in his head, like first, second, third, like priority list. Dan was a wizard, but he came in, and I think he was talking to I don't even know her name. She was the girl who was going to be Christos.
Nick.
Yeah, so he's talking to her, and he's like, what do you do? And she's like, something pure normal, and he's like, yeah. She's like, what do you do? And he's like, I basically blackmail people into
I blackmail widows into buying life insurance and that.
But he's saying it so, and I was like, no, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, did he just say and that Nick's like, oh, that's good. She's not giving a fuck.
There was just hundreds of other things that when he was talking to people, he was just walking up and going, you're right, bro. And then he was saying all that shit, mate, and I was like, you're too intense,
He
mate.
was very intense,
And
mate.
I don't know if he was like too in the moment, or he was like, that's what I was going to say about like when
Okay,
you're
what you're saying now, aye. So
when you were talking about like the game plan thing, like I think if you stick to that, even when the conditions only set up for you to be acting a mad way, you just look insane. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
See, when you're supposed to just be real and you're like a hunter fucking, like, do you know what I mean? That's what I think he came across like.
I love Dan to bits, right? But there was times where maybe he'd pull me for a chat about certain things like 5 times a day. I'm like, bro, chill, man. Do you know what I mean? But he was just want to provide content. Do you know what I mean?
Full Love Island.
Was it
like,
all that Paulie for a chat shit?
I said, like, I don't, even if it's like, oh, guys, come here, I've got something to say, or you did like speak, because you're in there, no phone, bro. Like, you're literally doing nothing the full time, basically, if you've not got a certain challenge to do. So you either, the option is to graft the girls that are there, or speak with the boys. Like, that's all you could do, innit? So like so there's times where it was like, I'm that bored, I'm gonna just talk to somebody about somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Stir the pot, man.
Aye, innit? But Dan done that quite a lot, and even when I was like, damn, fucking hell, chill, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got enough content, I'm sure.
I'm sure they'll make a show. I'm sure they've got a show here, Dan, right? Dan's on the last episode trying to still stir the pot now. Like, Dan, man, we're in the final, man. Chill out.
He's
It's all
checking
good.
the mic levels now.
Need more drama? Want me to get my dick out? No. No, but I was going to ask, right, now you said like when you went in and you were like game plan, and then you're like, oh, why do you think it's because you're in there with like real people and you just start talking to them?
Aye,
like,
man,
is that why?
So when I first walked in, like connected with Christos, right, who was with Nick, but like I think it was just because we were both like, I don't know, it was similar. Do you know what I mean? And then as soon as I had a 30-second conversation, I was like, I don't care who this guy's with, I'm not going near his bird. it just gets like that, bro.
Mate, it's because you're you're empathetic,
Aye,
you know
but
what I mean? Like,
exactly. I'm just a nice guy, innit? But before going in, I'm like, I do not give a fuck, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking whoever's, but as soon as you talk to somebody, you're like, oh, you're sound. Like, how can I then go and talk to your bird this far apart for you?
No.
Like, I just couldn't do it, man. I
we
was
were all wanks.
aye, lad, legit.
It would be easier for you if they were, wouldn't it?
Aye, exactly. But I feel like if it did go on for another week or even 2 weeks, there would have been more drama. There would have been like, fuck you, I'm taking your missus.
Mate, was there any point in the full thing that there was nearly a scrap? I'm always joking to see a mad scrap because everybody's all solid and all that in them. Like, imagine it just started fighting.
This is what I liked about this one. It didn't look like Love Island because obviously you're doing sort of Love Island. You need to do this test and it shows how close are you together. But there was like different body types. There was different sexualities. There was different.
It was very diverse.
There was different. It was very like, and it felt. That's why I think I enjoyed it more because it felt more relatable to like a normal person than these mad guys go, yeah, I'm a fucking personal trainer from Newcastle. I've been for fuck. You know what I mean? It's like fucking this mad meathead. He's like, I'm taking your bird, and all the birds are like, he's taking. That's like the people they put. That's the thing with like the singles in these shows because they just drop it. They go, who is the 4 best looking people we can find on the whole Instagram? User coming on
The whole of Instagram.
See if there was guys on it like that, I would have been like, mate, fuck you, I'll take your missus. Do you know what I mean? I do not give a fuck. But everybody was nice, man. But again, we were only in there a week. It's like the first week of Love Island, everybody's been nice. If it was
a lot more entertaining the first week of Love Island. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the shit you
100%.
I wonder what it was, and it just stretched out more. Is it just like
I don't know, man.
Production money?
I feel nah, they
COVID
spent money on it, bro. Millies, millies, mate.
Aye,
but
Gaff was
I think this, if they go for a second series, I think they might do it longer.
I said it's trying to do like a pilot series.
Aye, it was just kind of like, let's see how we get on type shit.
No lying, see if I went in there, and I'm sorry, Erin, but you will agree with me. First lassie I'm going to is Zara McDermott, mate. Oh my goodness, brother. Jeez. Mate, even I was sitting right and having my head, I'm like, oh my days. And then Erin's like, she's so fucking stunning, isn't she? I'm like, aye, she is, man. She is. 100% glad you said it, man. But
I wasn't even thinking that and all, but see how you've said it.
Aye, but so you go in, mate, so like right away, are you like Lauren or are you like who?
Nah.
What's in your head when you first go in?
So when I first went in, I seen just a girl in a red dress, which was Hannah. But I just seen the dress, mate. So I was like, whoa, I want her. And
I want that dress.
You're like a bull, mate. It's a red.
And I had Lauren in my mind as well because I walked in with Lauren, it was an icebreaker, and I don't know, she was just quite fit. But then after like an hour, I had like spoke to Hannah, I was like, nah, you're not for me. And then I wanted Lauren, I got Lauren. Simple as that. Whatever Kaz wants, I get, bro.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Baby.
And then, but Lauren's type, right, is like her past boyfriends, like 3 exes or something, 6'5", hench black guys. Bro, I'm a 5'10", skinny, chubby white boy.
Aye, so
and I've still got
like the total.
Innit?
Mate, it's the Milligan charm, as I like to say.
It's the drip, it's the charm, it's the charisma, brother.
Exactly.
In fact, before all this, mate, we need to talk about this. I'm sure you've been asked about this a million times. The video when they're introducing you and that, you slightly got the maths a wee bit wrong on the. So Kaz went. Do you want to explain what you said?
Right. So I said that I've got a 99.99% success rate with the girls, but the 0.1% must be blind. Bro, I still didn't even know until my TikTok comments started blowing up like, bro, this is wrong maths. And I was like,
But it would have sounded shit if you're like the point
0.01.
0.01. You would have sounded like a fucking nerd, man. So I'm glad you got the maths wrong, mate. You kept it real.
You leave the maths up to the.
exactly.
Leave it up to the people that are sitting at home watching Love in the Flesh, mate.
It created a talking point though.
It did,
so
mate, it did. But
marketing.
but so you go in, you're talking to Lauren and that. It is weird though because you were saying like, and I remember you saying to each other on the show like, we're not each other's types at all. But do you know what it seemed like? It seemed like, in all honesty, I know that you can tell completely what everybody's like in that villa, but it seemed like you were the two sort of most sound down to earth, and that's how you just clicked right away because you were like, oh, he's up for a laugh and I'm up for a laugh, and it's just like, and I think obviously that challenge, the thing that happened in the challenge, like I think she could see even before that that you were a genuine nice guy. Because mate, like I always say this because even after you came on the podcast, so many people have said to me, see Kaz, is it just like an act? Like, is he? And I'm like, no, Kaz is like one of the nicest guys we've had in this podcast by a mile. Like, I always tell people about this. I'm like, he had to drive for Fife and he was offering us lifts home after the podcast, and it was like 10:30 and he had to drive to Fife. So that just shows like your character. So you've probably seen that as well, do you know what I mean? So that's probably how you just got on right away.
I know, exactly. And it's like, I remember our first conversation, she was talking to Kwame at the point, right? This was like, I've been in here 30 minutes. It wasn't on airtime though, but I was in there maybe 30 minutes. I seen her talking to Kwame by the pool. I was like, fuck this, man, I'm going in, mate. So I went in, I butted into their bro, one-on-one, I butted in, mate. I was like, fuck it. And then I started talking to her, and then I started like facing her, and then he ended up walking away.
Mate, that's cold.
Fuck it, man.
I learned one. We're going to like go into each guest in thorough detail. So if any of them are watching it, you're getting dissected on this show, baby. But Kwame, honestly, Kwame did not give one fuck, mate. He was there, and he was just...
How did Kwame and Jess last longer than me and Lauren? Bullshit. That's what I was raging about, bro. I was like, we should have been easily third. Easily third, bro.
Aye.
If no second. It's like, we deserve to go longer, but we'll get to that. But I ended up having a conversation with Lauren, and our first conversation was talking about like manifestation and shit. And that's when I knew I've got her in the bag. Do you know what I mean? I just knew it, man. Then she was
talking
like,
to Mr. Manifest right now.
Manifest, nice to meet you.
and then she was like, oh, I've got crystals with me. Like, she like crystals and that.
Aye.
I've still never dealt with crystals, right? I was like, I love crystals. I was like, I've got so many and that talking shit.
Picking up pebbles and that.
She's like, what ones? You're like, green ones, blue, a couple of red ones.
I think I've got a white one. I've got a white one.
But that was our original conversation, and for that point, I just knew that our physical attraction did not fucking matter. I just knew, like, for that first conversation, I was like, she's mine. Do you know what I mean? And then ever since then, it was me and her.
Do you know what it's mad though? It's like, see you telling me it was only like 8 days, did you say? It's
But I was only in there for like 5.
Aye, mate, that's put it into like so much, like a clearer perspective for me, because like, I feel like yous probably had a more genuine bond than say like Kwame and Jess, was it?
Aye, country mile.
But the thing was, like, yous were at a stage where yous were being realistic with it and being like, we've only just met, but we do really get on and we really like each other's energy and that. But at the same time, yous have only just met, whereas these people they're able to say, aye, we love each other because they've known each. But if you say that, you sound stupid as fuck.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So like, I feel like the show was kind of favoured towards the OG couples. Like how I got put out in the challenge. Like, the questions were set up for the OG couples.
Aye, if you
like,
know the person.
Do you know what I mean? Like, do you think you'll be with each other in 6 months' time? Well, it's hard for us to say that because we've only known each other 4 days.
Aye.
But the OG couples, like, well, we've been speaking a few months, we've chilled for a week. Aye, fuck it. Aye. Do you understand? So the way we got put out was kind of the bullshit.
And it would look fake if you was pure. Like, you were just being honest the full time, do you know what I mean?
But I'm glad I went out being honest.
Aye, of course, mate, definitely.
I'd rather go out a day, it was only a day early, an episode earlier, being honest and true to myself rather than staying to the end and being fake.
Was being honest in the game plan? Was being honest in the game plan?
Game plan was like
the game plan was
the opposite, bro. I was gonna go in, but I ended up just being myself.
I'm glad
man.
you went in the nice way, the nice Kaz.
That thing as well. I've got businesses to represent as well. Do you know what I mean? So if I did end up going the dickhead guy, it could have ruined much more things.
These lovely sliders.
Exactly.
I know, man.
Exactly.
Mate, but do you know what I'm intrigued by? Like, so obviously we see the show, right? And I don't know if they purposely make it feel like weeks, because like now I'm starting to like look at it a different way. But see, like, I've always wondered, like, during Love Island and that, like, talk me through just a day of you waking up. What is like a normal day in there for you? Like, do you all need to all wake up like at a certain time? Like, how often do you get? Do you only see Zara? Does she only come in when you are doing the wee bits and that?
So every time you seen Zara was the time she came in.
I think you didn't see her apart from
Nah. So like, we'd wake up at like I don't know, like 7-ish. We didn't have a clock, nothing, no phones, nothing at all. But we ended up having like a time on the oven, I don't know if we were meant to, but we had it. So we just get up and go look there in the
Go
kitchen.
and look at the oven.
Aye.
Just time in the oven. Same's 3 minutes.
We'd get up, we'd have breakfast or whatever, or me and the boys will go work out on the grass bit. We all work out every morning, and then chill, man. Like, there was nothing really to
Mate,
it.
fuck getting up at 7 if you're doing nothing all day, mate.
See, when you said 7, he feels short up like that. As if you're, what's 7 o'clock? He thought he slept in for work there. He was like,
7? Oh, fuck.
I seen him turning into me. So I'm like, you got a question that, mate?
But mind, you're on holiday, man.
Aye, plus you're not doing anything else.
Aye,
So
and
just sleep.
nah, because
You're not doing anything else, just sleep.
If
10.
if
There's a show to be made, mate. Fuck's sake. Dan, mate, that's how Dan's on it and you're known.
But like, if other people got up and you're like lazing about, you'd be the boring one. So you'd be
Aye.
like, fuck, I need to get up.
I wouldn't mind being that for a
But,
wee extra hour in bed, bro. You joking?
Times it
I'll be whatever you want me to be, mate, for an extra hour in bed.
But sometimes, I don't know, like 8, 9, we didn't
Aye.
have a concept of time. And like, I feel like the staff didn't mind as much as well because they had long shifts. There was night shifts as well, like, because they're like watching us like half a mile away or whatever on screens and shit. And they're doing all-nighters just watching screens, us sleeping or doing whatever. So like, they were like, fucking here an extra hour bed. We're chilling. Do you know what I mean?
Please do. Jamie, you might go on next year, man. Hi.
Hi, I'm your neighbour. My name's Jamie. What's your name?
You don't need to know my name.
Right, I've just see that nice Renault Megane you've got sitting out there.
Oh my god.
It's a slightly less nice Renault Megane now.
What have you done?
I just scalped it with a Subaru.
You are taking the piss.
No, I just scalped it with a...
Right, come here.
Oh, no.
Right, come here.
Oh, what's happening? Oh! Ah!
And that is your final warning, young man. You ever hit my car again, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground, you hear me?
How are you even going to do that? Who are you going to use?
I'm going to take you for every fucking penny you've got, young man.
I know you can go that much, but how would you even do it? How
You
you
hit, well, you hit my car, right?
Aye.
And that means I've got to phone G4 claims. Now, look, if this scenario does happen to you, and it's a very sad scenario, and it happens to a lot of people out there, and shout out to all the people that are alive. Look, if this happens to you, man, and you want to sort it out, see your neighbour comes over, they're very rude, like this young man was there, and they're no up for even sorting it out. Get in touch with G4 claims. Or your neighbour's reversed out and just see. Let's be honest. See, even if there's nothing there, but you see it, fuck your neighbour, mate. Get them for every penny they've got. Get on the phone to G4 claims. Say, it might be Nicole. Say, Nicole, we're taking them to the cleaners, yeah? Your neighbour's hit your car. They've not informed you, blah, blah, blah. And they'll start the process. For how much money does the process cost you, mate?
It actually costs sweet fuck all, Evan.
Man, imagine that. You're paying nothing. It's a gorgeous scenario to be in. Apart from your motor, obviously.
Aye,
But
and maybe the whiplash and that.
the whiplash, aye, well.
That broke my elbow, you go
Mate-
might be quite sore.
aye, mate. But if you are in this scenario, get in touch with G4 Claims. All their information is below in the description as usual. And also, if you want to start a podcast,
Or a fight with us.
if you want to fight, come up here, man. G4 Studio. We're offering fights, and Greg, the podcast manager, is offering to rent the space out. So it's two operations working parallel to each other, but kind of aligned to each other at the same
Synergy.
time. We're kind of bonding together on this one. So, if you want to start a podcast, get in touch with Greg. Go on their Instagram, G4 Podcast Studio. All the info's in the description. Get in touch with him. Say, Greg, I want to come up. I want to try my luck, yeah? And you can get involved. Thank you.
Mate, I wish there was like a service, right, that you could get luxury watches, luxury handbags, holidays to Europe, but then also do stuff for the local community, do stuff for charity.
There's no way that could be a thing, because people that, do things like that, there's no way that they're putting the money back into the community and giving it to charities with the revenue that they've made off of the tickets, is it?
I've got this guy hook, line and sinker. Hook, line and sinker.
Have you?
Have you heard of Beltrlux?
No.
Beltrlux UK. Do all that shit I just said.
No, I don't. Man.
They
Such a
have got
bullshit, man.
competitions running for all these amazing prizes. Weekends away, healthy bags, Rolexes. I seen cigars in one of the pictures. I don't know if they just share one with you when you win, maybe.
Celebratory
Uh-huh.
cigar.
You get your name on the website. I seen that as well.
That is probably, I'm not going to lie, that's probably the lowest thing that you're going to win, your name on the website. I mean,
Aye.
you could win a Rolex, but it does come with it. So
It's just a perk, and do you know what another perk is? You'd be helping it for charity. You're a selfish person, right? I know you. I know you very well.
disgusting.
Aren't they?
Aye, what the person listening or watching this?
Aye, that one there.
Well, aye,
So
very
they
selfish.
They need to start doing a bit more for charities.
And because, like, I know, like, see you that's listening to this right now. When's the last time you gave to charity?
I know for a fact.
Or what you don't give to charity?
Exactly.
You hate the world.
Exactly.
Well, unfortunately, that's terrible. But fortunately,
We've got
Beltrlux give back. So these prizes are unbelievable. We've had Rolexes, PlayStation 5s. They're going to be running wee smaller prizes to get more people involved with them. It's all coming at Beltrlux, and you're going to get money off any order you have with them. With our code, reillysgaff25 is the code. So go onto their website, and when you're checking out after you've ordered your tickets for the competitions and that, use reillysgaff25, reillysgaff25, and you're getting your money off. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's absolutely stunning, and it's absolutely beautiful, baby.
Nice.
And get them on Instagram. You can find when the next competition's coming up at Beltrlux, Beltrlux. That's Beltrlux at Beltrlux and beltrlux.com. Cheers, guys. When I was watching the show, right, the one thing I was thinking through to all right, loved it, but was missing one thing, mate. What do you think?
One hang.
One thing. Watching it back, no, nothing today be used, just to show, like, one thing.
Ian Sterling's commentary.
Yes, mate. It was missing, like, a narrator to be, like, being, like, sarcastic about what you say. That's the only thing I was like, that would, like, elevate it another wee bit. If you're listening, and I'll charge a fee for, obviously. If you do that now, legally binding, I'm due a fee.
Or we could do it.
Or we could do it.
That would be joke.
Like, nobody would know what we were even saying, man.
This reminds me at the time, you're pure bake.
There's Kaz, man. It's happening.
Kaz!
There's that man, Birdie. I mean, Lord.
Kaz! Oh no, wait, you can't actually hear us because that's on a telly.
Aye, so you're in there, man, right? You'll be Lauren. Was there points when you were with Lauren you were ever considering maybe jumping ship or?
Nah, because bro, nobody in there was like wowed me, like looks wise. Like I was quite disappointed.
Aye, mate. See, I don't know if you might like agree. I think you might agree with me. I thought the best looking girl in there was Shelby.
Shelby was cute, man.
I thought she was dead. She's so pretty in that.
Aye.
But lesbian, so not my canny.
No.
Not a girl.
No. It's a shame.
Aye, Shelby was cute, man. She's like so nice as well. Do you know what I mean? She was just like the wee princess in there. Aye, she's a legend.
Should we do like a rating thing with Kaz?
Right, so I think what we should do is, mate, why don't we run through each person that was on the show, and you can kind of put them in a tier. So we've got the tier list here. So we've got S at the top, then A, B, C, and then D for the right.
kids.
So S, what are we saying? S needs to be like goated.
Like, there should only be one, maybe two in there.
Aye,
They go,
like Mac. I would say like max maybe 3 people. But I mean, we don't know how you feel about these people. You could love them all.
So,
this could be terrible.
First of all, let's put me at S.
Right, okay, the goat is at S, right, immediately, right? So the
So we start there.
Aye, so there might be a few S's now. Right, so why don't I say them, right? And then you can talk a bit about them,
Right.
and then maybe explain why you're putting them where they are, right?
Right, fair.
Right?
Right, let's go.
So let's just start with
I'm
let's just start with the bombshells right away, right?
Uh,
So you came on the boat. Let's have a nice easy one. What about Lauren?
Lauren. Obviously, we got on. Like, what you've seen on TV is how me and Lauren were. Lauren, nice, man. She's obviously not as goated as me.
No.
Duh, obviously. So, do you know what? I'm going to put her at B. Because a situation happened after Living the Flesh.
Oh. Right, okay.
Which I don't know if I should. I'm probably not going to talk about. I don't know. Right, so fuck it. Right, so she's on B. I would have put her on A,
Right.
but I've put her down to B because when we had a phone call discussing we should end things, because I went down to London, she came up to Scotland, chilled in Edinburgh for a weekend with me. I went down to London, chilled with her for a few days. And then we hopped on a phone call. Look, we're not the same people. We just put an end to it. But she also told me she still had feelings for her ex. So that's why I put her on B instead of A. And I didn't speak to her since.
That is shocking.
So
bro.
she basically knew that the full time near enough. Like she must have sorted.
You never know, man.
Aye.
These thoughts come into your head, innit?
Aye.
So that's why I put her down to B.
Okay,
Aye,
man.
B.
Fair enough. B. Lauren, you're in B. Hen.
Respectable score.
Aye, it's still
I
no
mean,
bad.
It's all right.
B is decent.
It's not bad. Right, so next one, let's go for the fellow Scot on the boat, Anna.
Anna is a legend, man. Anna is a legend. I'll go on with Anna. I don't know, I'm close with a lot of people still from that, Anna being one of them. So I'd put Anna an A. I'd put Anna an A.
Right, okay.
It's going to be hard to be up there with a goat.
Aye, of course it's going
Do you
to
know what I
take.
mean?
It's going to take a lot, mate.
It's going to take a lot.
It's going to take a lot.
So I'd say Anna an A.
Anna's an A, right? Fair enough. The fellow Scot in the boat, Anna, is an A. So, and then we've got. Let's talk about the big horn dog himself, Big Dan.
Dan.
Talk to me about Dan.
Dan's funny, man. Like Dan's just Dan, innit? Like what I feel like yous have got the right, like what's that word?
Perception.
Perception. I was going to say conception.
Aye,
Fuck it. Like Dan's just Dan, man. I'd put him on A as well.
Aye.
For
Mate,
sure.
know what I loved about Dan? This is kind of why I thought it was Weeks as well, right? So Dan and Anna meet, right? Dan and Anna, they're like, oh, we're very attracted to each other, And then they'll every scene, they're kissing, and I'm like, fuck, they've been in there for weeks and not been able to shag, right? But then they've only probably been in there about 5 days, you know what I mean? I'm like, but they seemed as if they both hadn't had sex in about 2 months. Like, now that way you get, like maybe during lockdown and that, your blood's boiling and that.
Bro, no lie,
I could feel it through the screen. I was like, Jesus, man.
Bro, no lie though, you are fucking horny in there.
You would be, mate.
Aye.
Like so fucking, like you remember, like every night you spend a night in bed with a person you're with,
Aye.
like
Aye.
Mate, putting,
physical
like,
touch
Well,
with a person,
for
like
erection showing up, I would bet.
bro, like for when you go to bed till maybe 10, 11 a.m. the next morning, you've got a boner. I'm not even joking. Like I'm not joking,
Rock
man.
hard in the sleep, man. I respect that.
I'd end up getting sore, man. It's constant hardness.
That Greek
But
sun
mate,
can cure anything.
There's an American program that's kind of like I forget what it's
Too
called.
hot to
Is it
handle.
not like Love is
Too hot to handle.
That's it. Oh my
Mate,
days,
and that's
mate.
like if there's like a jackpot of like 100k or something, and then it's like every
I feel
time you
like-
kiss or whatever, mate. That's like, and no, the
can
best thing about that is they get the horniest cunts in the world
Aye,
to
that's
go
what I'm
into
saying.
that.
You can only cast a certain demographic for that show.
But I
Because,
think
like,
most
for
shows-
example, like Love in the Flesh, none of the females were like, nah, fuck that. Our mums are watching and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But then BBC Three didn't even air like bedtime. You seen us going to bed, like walking in the bedroom, and then boom, it was the
And then
next
it's just a
morning.
big orgy and
Uh,
Down like that.
cameras are fucking disco lights and all that. Everybody's all sweating with glow sticks and that. Fucking
Ian Sterling comes in.
just comes in like
Comes
that.
in and commentates on it. Anna's getting shagged off Dan. Cass has got a boner. So nobody had sex?
nah, nobody, bro.
Nobody had sex.
Everybody behaved. I reckon
Fair
if you were
dues.
in there for 2 weeks,
Aye, yeah,
3 weeks, I reckon, like, it's not, bro. Sex is fucking normal.
Aye.
People
I
are like,
know,
oh my
aye.
god, you had sex on TV. Like, even if I did, so fuck.
Your mum and dad had sex, say that to him.
Innit? Like, and sex
At
is
least
normal,
once.
man.
And sex is disgusting.
I'm
but,
embarrassed that you never.
Bro,
Mate,
sex-
nobody
disappointed.
did. Nobody did.
I know, I'm kidding.
Mate, if Dan didn't, then nobody did. I bet Dan had a few bits of sexual intercourse in the shower with his own hand. I would bet a few times. But so Dan's an A.
Dan's A.
Dan's A, right? And so then on the boat we also had Edwina. Did you spend much time with Edwina?
Aye, like we spoke, Edwina got on with everybody, man. But she sort of just kept herself to herself. Do you know what I mean? She wasn't attracted to anybody there, so it was just like, from the get-go, she was just like, I'm on a holiday.
Good
Like,
on her, mate.
she was kind of hoping that more bombshells was coming in, as you would. If you're not attracted to anybody there, you're hoping for that, but it never happened. So, but I never spoke to her that much. I've not really spoke to her since. So, I'd have, but she's a lovely girl though. So how do I judge this?
I would say based them off of like, say you were in there for like a month, how like friendly you would be with them now, like based on their character, no based on like, oh, I really know her and I spoke to her a lot, so she's there. Like I would say you think she's lovely and that, so like rate her based on what kind of person you think she is.
Right, I'll put her at B then.
Nice
Right,
one. I
I'll
would
put her at
respect
B.
that because you didn't really get to know her that much, but you like what you seen for. No, in a sexual way. Right, so who else we got in that Horny boat?
Joe.
We've got Joe.
Joe,
I know. Oh, Joe, you broke my heart on the show. Joe,
man.
Joe's
a legend.
Aye, mate. Joe was like sort of trying to get involved with. Oh my God, let's talk about Big Brandon actually, mate. Big Brandon didn't know what he wanted that show. By the way. Big Brandon. So Brandon's like, I don't really like you, and she's like, what? And she's like, oh, I don't like you. And then she goes away. She's like, Brandon doesn't like me, and he's like, and then he goes away and he's like, oh, I could go a cuddle tonight. It's like, Brandon, mate, if you got Alzheimer's, mate, will you just dump that bird like 5 minutes ago, man? Brandon, man, what are you doing? But anyway, back to Joe. Joe was trying to get in with Brandon's. Get her a bit, but then who knows what happened.
So Joe's funny, man. I'd put. Can I do in betweens? Or nah?
Aye.
I'd go in between A and B.
All right, aye.
Like Joe's my boy, but it's not like we speak every day.
Aye.
Like we might hear we catch up every couple of weeks, whatever. Because like remember this got filmed like 6 months ago, so all of us have had time to keep in contact.
Think about that, didn't you know?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
And now you know like who you just got home in there, but it's not.
Aye,
I suppose. So he's in between like A and B.
He's like Abby.
Right. Okay. Nice. So we've got who's top rated so far? We've got Anna and Dan in A. That's aye, and then
me.
And then
top.
you S. That S is stretching further and further away from everybody else, I feel like, by the minute. But so then that's everybody. That was all the bombshells, wasn't it? Right. So let's go into the couples now. Let's maybe start with the winners.
Chibs and Chazelle, legends, man. Chibs probably the funniest in there. He needs to go in A. Do you know what? In between A and S.
Really, Chibs? Aye.
I'll go half
Mate,
goat.
do you know? Like, I need to
He's
tell.
a half coat.
I need to tell you. I need to tell you about, because I thought it was going to end terribly for Chibs, to be honest. Because mate, they made it look like, see in that game where you got put out. So like. Trips, if you've not seen it, right, this is how Kaz got put out. There was like a big game that was like a rope, and you would stand, there was like different points at the rope, and you could move in like a sort of segment each time, and they were all blindfolded, and they would get asked questions about their relationship. So it'd be like, could you see yourself with your partner in 6 months? And if they thought yes, they had to move one forward, and if they thought no, they'd stand still, and whoever was the furthest away at the end got put out, and that's how Kaz got put out. But see, during that game,
because we were realistic.
Aye, definitely. Because they were being realistic about the thing, but the others cheated. Get on. Scumbags. Get on. But back to the lovely Chibs and Chazelle. No, Chibs, he's like, I could say I love her and that, and then she's like, too soon. And like, I was like, oh my God, this is. And there was a question that was about like, who was your eyes on? Like, you've only ever had eyes for this person in the villa, and he's like 100%. And she's like, Kwame or something. I'm like, you bitch. But it all ended well, I suppose.
No, totally. Have you seen their announcement?
Pregnant. Pregnant. I knew it was pregnant or married.
No
one
way,
of the big ones.
Mad, innit?
Second it.
So that didn't. So that would. Wait a minute. When would that have happened then?
Trying to figure out the month you'd have been consumed.
Consumed. So when would that baby have been consumed then? Let's figure out the date. So that, how long ago did you film that? 6 months?
September. So
I think she says it was like a month after or something.
That's what she says, Kaz. That's what she wants you to think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I
think it was before. I think it was before you filmed.
I think Chibs has been in there way before that show, baby. But hey, that's a whole other show in itself. But so Chibs, we've got him between S and A. Between S and A.
And then Chazelle, this is a hard one to put in the tier list because now she's like my G. Do you know what I mean? Her and Chibs, they've ordered Milligan, they get content for me, like they support me, hey catch ups, like we're tight. But in there, I don't think I ever spoke to Chazelle.
Really?
She seemed pretty quiet to me, man.
She was a wee bit, bro. Like, if I went in the kitchen, she'd walk out and she wouldn't say hey or that. So I was like, does she hate me? But I'm so close with her now, do you understand? So I don't know, like, so do I judge that for like what I know her is now or what I know her is in the beach house?
I would say now.
Now I'd put her in A, aye.
Right, good shit, man. A. Let's go Shelby and Millie.
Right.
So let's start with Shelby.
Shelby.
Did you talk to her a lot in the
a wee bit. I spoke to both of them quite a lot. I'd put Shelby, because we're still sound, but we didn't speak too much. So I'd put her in between A and B.
Right, okay.
Loads of in-betweens now that I know that can happen.
They both seemed very posh, mate. Like,
oh really?
Did you not get that? No,
I don't know.
I felt like they were very. I felt like posh vibes for them, mate.
And
like
then,
Millie, she had her leg was fucked, wasn't it?
Aye, bro.
She fell off a horse, which only does not happen to poor people, mate.
Horse girls.
Horse girls. But respect for her still getting in there with a fucked leg, man. Respect, Millie. But so Shelby is between A and B. Right.
And then Millie.
Millie, I go for it.
I got on with Millie in there. Now we hardly speak. Like, legit hardly, man.
Maybe she's back in the saddle.
Oh, I'm good. Do you know what, Millie?
No get time to be texting back.
It's the first see. We're going to go see.
Millie.
I've heard for her a couple times, but it was kind of like needing a favour type shit. That's all I'm going to say though.
Wow.
Needing a favour?
Like,
do you need a horse? She was needing that.
And that's.
She was needing favours, bro.
Because I like, not like, do you know what I mean? Let's just be pals, innit? But I got to the point where it was like, oh, can you give me advice on this? Like, I need and then again, and then I wouldn't hear in between.
Aye, so that's all. It was never just like, oh, by the way, how are you as well?
Aye. So
I need this, and then it's when you get that text through, and then you kind of scroll up, and the last text was like
the exact same.
Asking for something.
I see.
That earns you.
But I'm not throwing too much shade. I still love everybody in there. Do you understand? But we need to play the game.
This is the reality, mate. We tell the truth on Reilly's Gaff. Everybody knows that. So then we have, who else we got left? We have
Christos and Nick. Let's go there.
Go there. Right, right.
Christos, go S next to me.
Oh, the first S.
I swear,
for the Greek god.
I've met up with Christos plenty of times. Meet up in Manchester, like he's my boy. Even once we stopped filming, we were like chilling, talking about business. He's got his own business. He owns a restaurant, and like we just got on, man.
May I seen that on his Insta? Is that a chef or something?
No, he owns a restaurant.
Oh, does he?
Aye.
Does he cook at it? But
I mean, if
he wants something to eat,
if he wants to, but not really.
If he wants something to eat, he cooks.
Like, maybe if like the staff are falling behind, he might jump in.
Is he a chef? Is he a chef? But no.
No, he just owns the business. But
I think he's a chef.
Are you sure he's not a chef? No, but. So Christos S.
Mate, he did seem brand new.
You like close.
Aye, like we've got things planned, bro. We've got a meeting on Thursday, I think, about something big. Like me and Christos are. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Similar mindsets.
Aye, bro. Aye. And then Nick
Is that
D.
business owner mindset.
Nick D.
Aye,
D.
Just Nick. Just D.
Deep D.
So let's talk about. Talk about the ins, because I watched it on the TV, right? And I was like, she felt like she was kind of loving the whole like,
attention.
I don't like Christos, like he's there, but also this guy and like these Big Dan. I mean, I probably would have went with Big Dan if he fucking put the moves on me. Not
the hypnotic eyes on you,
if
bro.
I was in that, mate, a bit of that Greek sun in that. Right, you can end up doing a lot of dodgy things. But so talk me through that situation, because I'm like, mate, like you need to just like.
Nick, deep inside D, I'd say, because like, bruh, Nick, what we gonna do here?
Nick, Paddy, whack.
She's just like, I don't know what. She's just a clout chaser, man.
Aye.
I'll just say it straight.
That's
like,
the only reason she was on that show.
100%. 100%. Like,
do you think she had
there's
any
different. I say this on the way here. There's different types of clout chasers, right? I want clout because it builds my businesses. I want to be at the point where I can be valuable to millions of people and inspire people and motivate. That's why I want clout. Then you get clout chasers that just want the blue tick, and they want the lifestyle and
The brand deals and shit.
just the usual clout
dough,
chasers.
nah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that are bad for the world.
Aye.
She's one of them.
Aye.
She's a clout chaser, man. Like, after the show, she's blocked like 80% of the cast.
Fuck's sake.
Like, she's just fell out with pretty much everybody, bro.
That sounds like what is that, a bad apple they say?
A scatty.
Like,
a scatty.
A scatty apple, that's the first time I've heard that.
Scatty apple.
Like, if a whole group against one, who's the problem?
Aye, that's what I'm saying, mate. It's like
Do you understand?
It's like no, everybody can be against you. Do you know what I mean?
And it was just, it was just negative vibes, man. We've had a group chat ever since. Every time she spoke in a group chat, it was being negative or bitching about somebody else on Instagram. It was just, I didn't like that shit. I ended up leaving the group chat as well. I was like, look, guys, I love yous all. I cannot be in here. It's too fucking negative. I'm not like that. I want everybody to win. I still want her to win, bro. That's the type of person I am. I want everybody to find happiness and win. But I'm not going to be in a group chat full of negativity. So I left, and then another one got created without her. And then
cold, brother.
and then she got I didn't create it,
done it
though.
herself, mate?
No.
But and then she got invited eventually, then she left again, and then everybody's blocked, and she's just
So what was it
Bad
that happened?
news.
Like, I remember, like, was it like Dan came in and like
So to have it a
he done the Dan
Dan
thing,
put it on her.
right? But he just said like, oh, I think you're like nice, like whatever else. Probably didn't say it like that, but then she went to Christos and says like, oh, you've not done that. And like you've no showed me that kind of thing. But then I was thinking, had they not been talking for like months before it and shit? Was that just a lot of shit? Because I remember seeing his face and he was like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
Because see, honestly, right? See, at first when I was watching it, towards the end of it, I sort of was like, right, she's maybe the bad one. But at first I was like, oh, he must no actually be doing any of this, because why would she be saying all that? And like, he must no be doing what she wants him to do. But then towards the end, I was like, because she just ended up sort of nowhere. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just
a
but,
mess.
Aye, so she's D.
D.
Definitely D.
Like in between D and nothing at the bottom.
Jeez.
Right.
And then we've got one final couple, Kwame and Jess.
Kwame
this could be
and
an
Jess.
interesting one.
Jess is lovely, man. Do you know what I mean? Nobody could say a bad word about Jess. Same with Kwame. Kwame's a legend. But Kwame's recently hinted to box me a few times, because he's boxed for 15 years full time. And I think he's wanting a wee bit of the Kazi's clout. Do you get me? So for that, Kwame, you're going and see. But
See, it's actually worse than D. I think at least D does a bit of a story behind it. C is like, you don't mean enough that I put you in D. I don't even care that much.
But the thing is, I love Kwame, man. We still like catch up and shit. But for that reason, C. Jess, I'd put Jet. I've not really spoke to Jess since, really, so I'll put her in B. But she's a lovely girl, man.
She's sound, man.
so what's happening with this boxing then? You doing it?
I says again, man, it's just like, if everybody's still calling me out, bro. If you pull up with 30 grand minimum, I'll consider it. If you've not got the money there, I do not give a fuck.
Aye. Well, that's
Straight
the thing,
up.
because mate, I put a poll up and I was like, right, because people were, we always put polls up from time to time to just be like, who do you want to see, blah blah blah, and people, like a few people, maybe 2 or 3 people, like Mark Hamilton. I'm like, right, Kaz is here, Mark Hamilton's here. Imagine they two in the podcast together, right? But I don't think it could happen, man. Do you think it could happen?
Nah.
I don't think it would. I don't think it. Do you think it, but this
Like,
is what.
from let's be honest, right? Everybody watching will agree. From me and Mark Hamilton's beef, where have I went and where's he went?
He's putting Milano on that.
Tell me, he's promoting a bad, unhealthy lifestyle. Congrats. You're influencing people to go in sunbeds.
Aye.
What have I done? A lot fucking more. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, why would I take
Made
that
these
back
fucking
step?
slides, mate, which are actually making love to me. I feel like, my feet feel like Anna, and the slides are like Dan at the moment. Yeah, that's the only way I could describe it's gone down onto there, mate. Honestly, beautiful. But I punt tan in that, which fit.
The thing is, he's killing it.
Aye,
He's killing it.
I've seen him, like, because obviously I don't follow him, but sometimes his live comes just when you're scrolling. What is he like selling? He seems to just be like selling mad Apple chargers or I don't even.
Oh no, that's a TikTok job. So TikTok pay you to promote TikTok products.
I was just wondering what that was because I seen him doing it and I was like, what is he buying them in then selling them in this room? No, like, I don't know
it's
what.
teleshopping basically.
That's what I was going to say. It reminds me of that. Like we've got a lovely pen
That's
here.
exactly what it is.
I keep seeing people doing it. I was just wondering what he was doing. I'm not saying
they could not pay me enough to do that shit, man.
No.
Nah.
Yes.
Hell no.
Plus, like, CTB, I don't know. Nah.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? Nah.
No.
Mate, I go live like once every 3 months.
You need to be like, you need to be true to who yourself. Be authentic. Be your own personal brand. Going on and working for TikTok and selling Apple chargers and other bullshit for TikTok. Who gives a fuck about that?
Aye.
Like, for example, here, people are here to see yous. Like, do you know what I mean? Fuck the guest. You've built this podcast and built yous as a brand. People want to come on and see yous no matter what the guest is. Do you know what I mean? You could have a guest that nobody's heard of before. They're still going to come and watch it because yous have built that. Do you understand? So it's like, if you're going to go away and promote TikTok shit, they're not going to give a fuck.
Only TikTok's going to prosper for that.
Like, do you get it?
And you're kind of like got straying away for like content and all. Like you're literally just doing ads for your funny videos. Know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up to date with like people's followers or whatever. But like, I would bet like, I mean, who would see if he went live before and he was just talking as. I'm Mark, I'm talking blah blah blah, this. I bet more people would be much more interested in that than watching him try to sell the other shit on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, I know you might know like him or I don't know, I've never met the boy.
Like, I even said it last time I was on the podcast. I wish everybody well. Mark's killing it. He's making a shitload of money by the looks of it. He's just got a new office I heard. Like, he's killing it. Do you understand? Like, when he was a scrap and that, I goes, if there's money involved, I'm down. I tried to set it up, I offered him the money, declined it, we move on. He was a scrap, we'll just stay at the street. Like, I'm no I didn't hate you, I didn't care about you that much to go fight you.
You're a prize fighter, mate.
Exactly.
It's a promotion opportunity, innit?
Exactly, man. Like, that was that would have blew up.
Do you know what I'm noticing though with the boxing thing? Like, I know like that tried to get started and it didn't or whatever, but now you're seeing so obviously the model is there for like Jake Paul, right? Like Logan Paul, that whole like content creator into a fight, pick random people, and people just like seeing people fight. It's been the same since the fucking start of time. That's like they say we've done like 3 things always, like sex, fight, and eat, something like that, right? Great quote. But but what I'm saying is like, so see like the models there, right? And now you're seeing like now that mad Simple Simon and fucking Ed Matthews and shit. So like
Ed smashes Simple Simon.
Simple Simon, mate. But hey,
is that mad old guy?
Mate, no, listen to me, mate. You see the press conference, man. Ed, mate, I didn't see it. Actually. And Ed's eyes, sometimes you look in Ed's eyes and you don't know what to think. But there was a point where Simple Si is saying something. You fucking saying you're gonna bend my daughter over Harley, right? And then then he says, he's like, what would you do if I said I'm gonna bend your mum over a Harley? And you see him getting pure like, he pure like cracked him, he got him, know what I mean? And I don't know, man, I think the thing is, there's nothing to lose for this Simon, whereas everything's to lose for that Ed. Like that, his pal, that H is just like, I'm not gonna even follow him if he loses. He's been told already, you know.
Bro, I'm actually gassed for that.
Mate,
fight,
it'll be so funny. The press conferences, so we'll get a picture of the press conference up, right? Mate, see like that HS TikTok, you know him, right? It's so funny. He's sitting, right, with a suit jacket on, with no shirt under it, right? With half a joint in his ear, like a stubbed out joint, and they're sitting, and it's just in this like office that they've hired it for the day. It's mad. It looks like an IT lesson in school or something, mate. It's mad. And they're just sitting at this, and that Simple Simon's got his daughter there. It's madness, man. But see, like that family, right? See, like Simon and that Keely, I think his daughter's name is. They've basically gave their life over to TikTok. Like they go on nights out and just sit on live all the time on the night out, and like it's mad. And like,
and you didn't make money off TikTok.
Do you not think they make money off gifts and that? No.
Bro, what? You get like a small percentage of a gift. And you're not getting that many gifts. I think you get a tenner per million views on TikTok.
TikTok Creator Fund's ridiculous, mate.
See, if TikTok paid as much as YouTube, I'd be on like 10 racks a month just off views.
It's to do with like the amount of views you get, but I know, like, because you do get ridiculous views and that on TikTok.
Aye,
like compared to your YouTube.
But like even like one of the first guys I seen on TikTok who was like huge was like, do you ever remember the guy who would just make Subways and talk? Milad from Subway or something? No. This is what I find mad about like TikTok and that. There's so many people out there with like 30 million followers, right? That none of us have even ever seen on our For You pages once. And that just shows you it's like you don't need everybody in the world to know you. You just need like a group of people. I know 30 million is quite a big group, right? But
just like the same as Vietnam population.
With the whole population of Vietnam. But like you just need a fucking core audience that are into your shit. Like, but it is mad. But they've basically gave their whole life over and just said, look. Like I think that have you ever seen the guy that Aaron Hunt that does the mad oofs and
is that the guy that like talks about pornos and that?
I know he talks about like who's got the biggest dick at Sheffield United and all that, and then he goes through and he's like, no way I'm taking his dick, it's fucking massive. Like, that guy, right? He's always in like worky gear in a van.
See, I thought he was funny to start with, but now he like, bro,
it's too much.
Like, bro, he was with Simple Simon. Literally with him on live, and he was like, "Oh, what about if I shag your daughter, Keely, and that?" And they were having a laugh about it.
I mean,
bro, you've known this guy a week, and he's saying that to you. Smack him.
That's what I don't get about them, mate. Their full life is just like TikTok. It's insane. And
that
apparently,
Aaron guy, bro,
mate, that
I want to
guy,
smash him now. Pisses me off, bro.
Mate, that could be the boxing match.
Nah, we didn't even scoop that low, bro.
But I don't know if this is true, but I seen it in TikTok comments, which is always a very reliable place for information, right? TikTok comments are like, apparently his missus has left him because he's always on live, like all day. She's just that Aaron.
Oh, Aaron guy, sorry.
Bro, is that the guy with the beard? Get heads of beers. All right, lads.
Oh, that's Chef Dave, mate. He's a legend, that guy, man.
Oh, I think I know.
Mate, he takes videos for like, it's mad.
See, talk about the influence of boxing. I think it's just heavy interesting because like, fuck knows what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's like literally we've never seen these two fight. We don't know what they're up to. Is that
and when you watch like fucking Ricky Hatton, you know he's got to get a doing after Pacquiao or something.
Actually, Pacquiao's. I know. It's that unknown, but we need to get it sorted here. I think that's what we need. But there's not enough like.
I would 100% still box.
But like, who's big here, right? So like, say something like Paul Black's not going to come and box you. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
So like,
that'd be amazing.
I would buy that, man.
I fucking love him, man. Like,
mate,
such a legend, man. Such a legend.
Mate, that would be the
we were going to get you on the podcast together.
That would be
sick. We could do that in the future.
Aye, man, definitely.
Christmas special or something.
Christmas. Reilly's Gaff birthday party.
Oh.
That'd be sick.
That would all the best guests back.
Everybody, just get every guest back.
Every guest just 5 minutes. Aye, but that's what's missing. But I should say, mate, the numbers aren't there for everybody.
No, that's like, who would I even fight? No.
Don't know, Joseph.
What, the producer?
Really, he's got a producer.
That's for the money. I'm the money fighter in Scotland.
Because the marking, that's done. Like, if we bring that back, people are going to be like, oh, fucking boring. How long is this
been trying to
going
recycle it?
Do you want to tell Kaz who Lee Sutherland thinks is a famous person on TikTok?
We had Lee in here. My favourite bit of that podcast was like, so Lee is. Have you ever seen Big Lee Sutherland?
I watched some of the podcasts.
So when he was on, right? So I'm like that to him. I'm like that. How did you first get into TikTok and that? And he's like, I just downloaded it and I was scrolling through it and I seen some famous people on it, right? So I'm thinking he's going to say like, now like Jason Derulo's like massive on TikTok, and he's like, I just seen some really famous people on it, like Mark Hamilton, and I was like, what? It just like pure like caught me off guard. I was like, he kept talking, and I'm thinking, in my head, did he just say Mark Hamilton? Like that's like, oh, these really, but I think he thinks. In his head, that is like one of the most famous people in the world. But what a guy Lee is. But mate, we actually have. I want to talk to you about. We'll ask some questions later, but I want to talk to you about the dinosaur theory now. This is very interesting, mate, and this could be a deep fried thing. But I want to hear your argument, right? Because most of the world believes in dinosaurs.
Aye, so but my argument's so clear and obvious, bro.
Right, tell me.
Simple as this: dinosaurs are fake, right? Have you ever seen one in real life?
No.
Done.
No, but I've also never seen like. I've also never seen like a guy for like Greenland in my life.
Aye, but
I know they're there.
They definitely exist.
But people for Greenland see other people there. Or you can go on holiday and see one. Bro, dinosaurs are not fucking real.
What we count as dinosaurs? Because I've seen a Komodo dragon, which is like hundreds of millions of years old. It's that big, massive lizard.
Wait, what are they still kicking about now?
Aye.
It's not a dinosaur, bro.
No,
Nah,
so we
that's a
talk
lizard.
about, like,
I'm talking
extinct.
dinosaurs. I'm talking proper dinosaurs. They're fake, man. Nobody's ever seen one. You couldn't take photos because humans didn't even exist. Humans didn't even exist,
didn't
bro.
exist.
Did they?
I think there was a period. There was a kind of overlap.
I don't think there was. No, there was.
Nah, there wasn't.
Never seen that documentary, The Flintstones.
No,
What, have you seen it?
that's a
a
like
cartoon?
animated cartoon. So it is, mate. The Flintstones.
No, it's a documentary, mate. It's this family, right? Fred is the dad, right? There's dinosaurs everywhere, man.
No, and they like mix cement and a pelican's mouth and that.
The documentary, aye?
No, it's a animated film. Program.
Fuck, man.
Keeps happening, mate. Keeps happening.
What is real? I don't know what's real anymore.
Bro, this is the only argument people have. Scientists say so. We've got bones. Bro, if we could go to outer space, we could make fucking bones. Aye, but the DNA in the bones.
Wait, so you think
So,
it's a
wait.
conspiracy?
Aye, bro.
Can I ask?
Listen, wait. We've got bones, right? They could be made. We make fucking cars and shit. We could make a bone, right? And then people were like, aye, but there's DNA in the bones. Have you seen the DNA? Has anybody in this room tested a bone? Have anybody watching, have you tested a bone? Nah.
No.
Of course not. So the only person saying there's DNA in a bone is the scientists. But you only pick and choose when you want to listen to scientists because half of the world don't believe in COVID. But the scientists say is it's real. So when are we going to pick and choose to listen to scientists?
I have a counter argument to that, right? Here's my counter argument, right? Why would they kid on there was dinosaurs?
The money they bring in yearly, multi-millions, museums, books, education, the multi-millions that they make probably a week. The toys, the movies, the programs, everything.
Wait.
It's the biggest franchise. It's the biggest fake franchise in the world.
Right, so do you believe, how long have humans been here? Like 100,000 years or something? Something like nothing, right?
Give or take.
And the world's like 6 point something billion years old.
Says
What
who?
happened before that?
But we didn't know that though.
When do you think,
So do
how
you
old
not-
do you think the world
so-
is?
What about
Before
like?
humans, I don't give a fuck.
What about like those
Because none can be proved.
Homo, like, so we are Homo sapiens, right? That's the type of human we are. What about like Homo erectus, right?
What's
Which
that?
is obviously what Dan had a lot of the time in the villa, right? But is also like a different type of
It's
human.
like a step ahead of cavemen and a step
It's like
before
between
us.
us, see like the mad picture of like evolution, it's like going up.
All right, I sound perfect. Evolution also fake. Because listen, no, it is.
Right.
I understand evolution as a word to describe something that grows. I get that. Monkeys to humans.
I can see it.
I can see it.
You can see it, can you really, right? So listen, we've still got monkeys, correct. We've got humans, the final result. Now, if it was real, why do we still have the in-between?
No, because
Because
they.
natural
what?
selection.
The share a common ancestor.
Nah, yous are just chatting shit now to try and back the point. Nobody can, like,
What happened?
where's the in-between guy?
You could.
Killed them, man. That's Homo erectus, man. We fucked them, man.
There's something called a missing link, which is actually the missing link between an ape and a human. There is like
Yeah.
like
It's
nobody
missing, we
knows.
can't find it.
That's
Exactly, it's missing. So why we believe in this conspiracy? The guy that made up evolution, that Darwin guy,
Aye.
he even says it's just my conspiracy. He didn't even say it was true, bro. And the whole fucking
Aye,
world
it's
goes,
called a
that
theory."
makes sense, so I'll believe it. He didn't even say it was true, and he made it up. He
But
created it.
makes the most sense. But
How?
you can see evolution in real time now
How?
with aquatic things like dog breeds. That's
What- how?
like forced evolution.
They all look different now. They all look different.
But you can actually see it.
Aye,
Like
but humans look different.
There's mad
You
organisms
didn't
that.
look like me.
For a reason, man.
I don't know, get my beard like a pair of sunglasses.
No, I believe in it, like evolution, the word to describe things that grow 100%, but
So what
monkeys to
about
humans.
natural
You just don't believe that we evolved for chimps, is that what you're saying?
No,
You think
I'm
that
also
maybe-
not going against it. I'm
Right.
just open-minded enough to realise I'm not going to believe anything.
So what about the Earth? What do you think about the Earth? Do you think, because we've spoke about the Earth on here, a lot of people think it's flat, a lot of people think, well, me think it's hollow. Well, I don't really think it's hollow. I really hope it is hollow though. People think it's like a donut. So in Antarctica, there's a portal that you can go through and go into the Middle Earth, and there's like giants and electromagnetic fields of energy and all that shit.
God.
What do you believe when it comes to that?
I think it's a cube.
A cube?
No, I'm joking.
The cube conspiracy?
Nah, I'm joking.
You don't think about that?
I don't know.
It
could be flat. You never know.
How I used to think when you looked up, it was like, I don't know, like, see the sky. I thought that was like why the Earth was like blue at the sky and all that. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, say how you look up and see blue. I'm imagining when you go through the sky, you go up and then look down, you can see the blue in the Earth.
See the sky.
That is like the blue that's on the Earth instead of the water.
It's
just like,
I don't know about the Earth.
what about this, right? We were talking about this last episode. See, when you're a wee guy, did you ever think, so now you see movies and some are in black and white and some are in colour?
I seen that what you saw. I said that as well, bro.
Mate, that must be a common thing.
I thought when my dad was younger, everything was black and white.
I remember what I was saying.
when I was
one day the world, like, they were just like, and now scientists are going to inject colour into the world, and it was like pure.
We now have the world in full Technicolor.
All that shit, and then it was like, boom, look at all these magnificent colours, like all that shit.
I used to think that as well.
I think the world became colour when Daft Al Hoffman took 5 tabs acid for the first of
that is when the world really get cut. That could be 40s, isn't it? That's a reasonable time.
Also, what I also agreed with as well, when you were talking about colours, like your colour might be different from mine. I've always understood that. I get that.
It's a weird concept, but innit?
No, nobody can understand. But it's green. It's like, you didn't understand it.
Like,
that's why I never try and explain it.
To you, but you actually might be seeing what I see as like orange, but you just know to call that green.
It's mental.
Are we after dinosaurs?
Oh no, what else did you have?
What about the feathered dinosaur theory thing that's just come out there now? Have you seen that?
Wait, when did that come out? Because I created that.
Did you?
I swear to God. Get the
feathered dinosaur?
Pop up the article with me saying about dinosaurs, right? That's another thing I want to touch on as well. Everything I've achieved and done in life, right? Never hit articles or newspapers or media.
Aye.
Me making a TikTok about dinosaurs being fake, boom,
Everywhere.
articles.
Mate, don't think how many people falls my cat pissing in the toilet, man, in Gaff.
His cat goes up on the pan and does a piss like a human.
Aye.
That's
Didn't
it.
teach him anything, mate, and I've said this in the podcast before, but the first time it happened, I was in the house myself, mate, and see when he pisses, it sounds like a racehorse, man. It's like fucking...
Because I'm proud of this. Last time I was on here, I says that I wanted to go to schools and talk with the kids and inspire the kids.
You done it?
I done it, man. The
That's
video is going on my YouTube in like a week or two. I done it, man.
That's
Sick,
dynamite,
innit?
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was so sick, bro. Literally, like, because it was primary 7, so they were like 10 and 11, and they were, bro, I couldn't have. I think it was luck. I got such a mature 11. They were like, is it daunting for you to film yourself in public? I'm like,
Daunting?
I did not know what daunting mean when I was 11. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't
what the fuck?
Daunton's that's a town in England, I think.
But no, it was sick. I just had to say that before we carried
No,
on.
mate, well done. And that's obviously something you were wanting to do for a while, man. So
Are you going to
Sick,
carry
innit?
on doing shit like that?
I want to, bro.
Aye.
Because, like, see me being all like, do you know what I mean? There's like a few sides to me, do you know what I mean? There's a few sides to everybody. Sometimes I want to go on the internet and wind people up and say certain things, and then the other side, I'm business. But my main goal, bro, I didn't care about the money, the materialistic shit. That's going to come as a bonus. I want to get to the point where I could just inspire millions of people, get them to chase their dreams no matter how much you've doubted. Like what I've always spoke about, like the last podcast when I was on here the first time, that was more meaningful, innit? Like it was more like, because it was my first time being on here, so it was all the questions about who I am. And then people watched that, I was like, oh, fucking hell. Like, do you know what I mean? Realise the actual, what's behind everything. Do you understand? So that's where I really want to be, in that position. But I just know what I need to do to get the eyes on me to get to where I want to be. So I need to do certain shit.
I feel like the feedback we got a lot, and this personal feedback to me directly, like, for people knowing you and then coming on it, they're like, he's so different than I imagined, and
Somebody
like so
actually said
much.
that today, mate. Like here,
Really?
somebody actually said that to me. They were like, asked who was coming on. I said Kaz, and they're like, oh man, he seemed like some boy in that.
Aye,
like,
the boys that were recording upstairs, they were like, because they must have watched our first episode, and they were like, he seems actually brand new, didn't he? And I was like, he is. But so, man. But see, more importantly, right? Do you think snails sort of look down on slugs.
Ooh, because they've got like a spoiler type shit.
Aye, because like I'm thinking like they're like, oh my god, look at the state of them. Just almost like a slug is a slug a naked snail is what I'm trying to say.
I think it could be a faster snail, mate. I think they might vice versa.
Maybe it's
the slug might be like, that cunt's carrying about a gaff, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the snails look like he's broke. He's not got a shell.
Aye,
But
I was
slug
able
might be
to afford a shell.
Aye.
is there a
Would you think they buy them?
hierarchy?
You never know, bro.
Like trading leaves and that.
I sometimes look at a slug, right, and I'm like, there's just more to a snail. Obviously, the glaring obvious thing is the shell. But then I think, do snails ever look at slugs and go, I fucking wish I could just like, they look so free. You know what I mean?
I think, mate, what if a
Maybe
slug...
like the best of both worlds, bro.
Aye. What if a slug is just like a snail let out a jog? Like it's got a house out there and it's just...
Oh, they park it up.
Aye, it's just out busy like a caravan, know what I mean? So I'll just hitch out the other now.
And go at a walk.
Go at a run, aye.
A run.
Jink snails would be heavy rapid with the gaff on them. Jink tortoises, whatever ones are on land, Jink they'd be the pure fastest animals ever with the shell.
Probably, but their legs are wee still, innit?
Aye, but like so is like lizards and that.
True.
Know what I mean? Like I think they would be like pure with that weight off them, mate. The size of the things. I think they'd be fucking.
I always get mixed up between what ones because see when I was in Vietnam, when I was teaching, we used to get given like flashcards. So like, so it'd be like a turtle, and it would say the word turtle under it, and you'd be like turtle, blah blah blah. But like, I'm sure they gave me the wrong one. So like, I was trying to teach them fast and slow, and there was like a cheetah, and then there was like, but it's like a turtle no underwater.
Oh, aye,
and they'll know that slow. They're just.
Aye, they're like they swim in the mad streams and that. They go quite fast, but
in the stream.
No, I'm thinking about Finding Nemo.
That documentary.
Aye, it's about that fish that gets missing.
That was a terrible documentary.
That was horrible. No, but then when he turns up at the end and the dad's all buzzing.
It does actually come good at the end.
Aye, and obviously there's tortoise in the hair. That's how you can remember it.
Oh, you're right.
Which
the
I think
tortoise in the hair. Classic story.
Some people say.
What, like a hairy turtle?
Aye, this is a hairy turtle. No, so
tell Carrie. Tell Kaz that story, and I'll get some questions for the lovely listeners.
The tortoise in the hair is about it's called a fable. It's like Aesop's fables. It's like a wee story that has a meaning, like a metaphor to it. Do you know what I mean? So there's hundreds of them, but one of the most famous ones is called The Tortoise and the Hare, and it's about a hare and a tortoise are about a race. And the hare's all like, I'm going to beat you, and you're getting dusted, bro, and that, right? So, but the hare's really fast. Do you know what a hare is? It's like a big rabbit. Right. Like a big long rabbit. It's pure fast.
Isn't it what they use for like...
No, like they hunt them with dogs.
Aye.
Like
aye. Fox hunt.
Right? Aye. No fox hunting.
Hare hunting.
Aye, so the hare like sprints away and then he comes and the wee tortoise is just gone and he's like coming back and bowing him up like, mate, you're pure shite at this, man. He runs, he's miles ahead and he's like, I could stop for a break. No, it stops, has a cup of tea, stops at a tree and falls asleep. And the tortoise just keeps going steady pace, and then he wins the race because the hare was sleeping. Overconfident.
Just because you're naturally gifted, don't think other less talented people are going to catch up eventually. That's the moral of the story. That's what it is. But we have some lovely questions for Kaz here.
Have you got like a name for your listeners and watchers and viewers?
No, really.
The
Gaffinators, he said once. It's a bit long.
You said the Gaffamaniacs or something?
No, I said Gaffamaniacs running wild or something.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. Just nice people. You can just be called nice people.
Nah, we don't have a name yet. Maybe people can comment. What should we call you?
Aye.
Write in the comments.
What have you got?
Nah, I've got
the goatees.
I call them the goats.
The goatees.
Then I started calling like the female ones like goatesses.
Goatesses.
Try not to say grotesque.
But then
grotesque.
Aye, but then I thought about it, I'm just gonna call them all goats because a goat doesn't need to be male.
Aye, true.
Do you know what I mean?
So like a female
Do you get
goat,
female
goats?
goats?
God knows, mate.
Let's see. Can you get female goats?
Because I'm
assuming.
I feel like that's a question you would get in a mad quiz. People, what's a female goat called? And you're like, I think it's a fucking
goatess.
I heard it in a podcast. Next question.
Are
Dinosaurs,
dinosaurs
they're
real?
fake,
No,
they're fake. No, we're out of here. Should I get...
I think it might be like cows. Like, you don't get male cows, they're bulls.
A male goat is
Really?
actually called a wether. Like WETHERS.
Wait, so I'm a weather?
A wether.
You're
You
a
are a
weather,
wether.
brother.
You're a wether. Did you know that?
Mate.
So-
So as a female
I typed in, can you get female goat?
for free on
Can
black
you
market.
get? And then it's coming up. Somebody has asked, this is one of like suggested things, should I get 2 female goats? If you want.
If you can get
If you
them,
really
mate, we're
want
not
them,
sure. No, what? Stick with the weathers, bro.
I know, man. But aye, so Ross Coleman wants to know, just picking these at random, mate. Is Kaz it says, is he the biggest fuckboy in the whole of Fife?
Back in the day, I'd admit.
Aye.
When I was like early 20s, I was a dog, man.
In fact, thanks for this, Ross Coleman. You've led us
Because I'm a
along.
different man I am today than
Aye.
what I was back
Because
then.
I want to ask about that, because obviously, like, we're always in here talking about, back in the day when we were in this gaff till fucking blah, blah, blah. But, like, what was it like when you were younger for you? Was it just, like, birds, or was it, what were you into when you
Bro,
were, like,
all I lived for was girls, man.
Aye.
Legit, I thought there was nothing more to life. Because, like, I stopped working when I was, like, 20, and I had saved up a decent amount of cash, so... But I was going out, like, 4 or 5 times a week, eating out at restaurants, breakfast, fucking lunch, dinner, drinking till,
Ricky Dicky
like,
style?
clubs, Edinburgh, like, everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And then, I was just... That's all I cared about. Was going out clubbing and getting girls. That's all life was to me back then. And then back then I even thought, because I was like always on it back then, do you know what I mean? Like I'm sober now, but I just thought that was amazing, man. Like I lived for it. I didn't care about making money even back then. I had money in the bank, do you know what I mean? And I spent it all and ended up broke.
A weekend warrior.
what do you think that flip of the switch was, just growing up?
Well, like when I switched,
When you were like, no, I need to, like, set up a business here and, like, longevity, creating a legacy.
see the actual deep meaning. I think I'm gonna save it for another couple year, and they like save it for a decent time. Do you know what I mean? But realistically, it was just too much drink and a decent amount of like drugs at the weekend and that as well. And then I ended up just on a bad end, man. For like
Ended up depressing you and shit, didn't it?
aye, man, I was in my bed for a few months. Fuck, depression, anxiety, like it just all caught up with me because I was living like that multiple times a week for 4 years, maybe even 5 years, bro. Really about 4 years. Every week, non-stop, girls, drink, da-da-da. And then it just got to that point, I was like in my bed, like, fucked. I woke up and I didn't feel alive and shit. I was like having outer body experiences. Like I was able to like,
I get that something.
like I was able to like stand up and look at myself sitting on my bed and I'd be freaking out, like fucking like scared, bro. Literally fucking scared for my life. Thinking I was going to check myself into a mental, like I was fucked.
And it's just like,
And then I
realised
thought,
one day.
I'm never going to drink again. I'm never doing drugs again. I smoked for like 9 years, snapped all my fags. I was like, this is fucked. And then I was fucked for a few months. And then I was like, I need to get my life together, man. That's when the businesses came, the mindset came, and everything. I just evolved.
See that?
But I could go into like so much deeper, darker, demonic stories about all that shit, bro. It was like,
yeah.
I've never
Wait, save it for the book, bro.
legit.
The documentary.
Because like what I experienced, I've never heard before.
Aye.
And it, like even thinking about it and talking about it still scares me.
Right.
And
mad.
like,
Well,
what
like
if I end up like that again?
Aye.
That's what fucking freaks me
What,
out.
an epiphany thing?
I don't know what it was, man, but it was fucking
I-
scary, and it lasted months. I was imagine on a bad trip,
Aye.
For months.
or like a heavy bad trip mixed with the worst hangover ever, and you're literally tripping,
Aye.
hallucinating and everything. But imagine that happened for like 4 months solid,
Mate.
and you got to the point where you're like, what if I never get out of this? I need to fucking check myself
terrible,
in.
bro.
But if I check myself in, I had a feeling if I did check myself in, I'll just get worse and I'll never get out. So I was like, is my life done?
Fuck's
And then deeper shit happened. I know. I was like, fuck, man. It was fucking scary. But I'll save that for maybe the third. I don't know. If I come in here again, I might talk
the
about
birthday
it.
party.
It's a bit depressing for
This is
that.
lovely on another question then.
All right. I was like,
What you got to ask?
I was just want to talk about something, just like because something just popped into my head there. It was me and Scofield were talking about it. And like,
go.
do you know how like when you take like psychedelics and that, it's like you're trying to like.
I've never done all that shit.
Have you not?
Nah.
Right. Well, it's like you're trying to like realise something. Know what I mean? Like
Aye.
you're like
Something,
aye about. and it always feels like you're pure close to it. Know what I mean? Like, it always feels like it's just like, oh no, and then you lose it again in that, and it's like you're pure trying to realise this mad shit. But I was speaking to Scofield about this guy, like, obviously I won't mention any names, it's like an older guy who pure fucked himself taking all sorts of that stuff back in like the 80s, 90s and that. And he says now he like Disney, like he needs help doing everything and all that. Like he needs like he can't get up himself and that, like and he can't, and then he's like walked everywhere. But then see when he sits down and like can talk, it's like he talks about shit that's like so clear of this, like, do you know what I mean? Like it's no something that just like a normal person that's just living their lives would say. It's like he's pure seen that other thing and it's pure fucked him.
It went to our side almost.
It's like too much for a human brain to have.
Aye,
I mean?
bro,
It's just
that's like it got like I felt like, say you only have a certain percentage of your brain, you can unlock the other shit. I kind of feel like I done that I know at one point, and I was like, it was too much, bro.
That's it.
Fuck this.
That's like a fucking mad Buddhist awakening and all, mate. Shit like that.
It was kind of like it was just everything at once, man. It was terrifying though.
That's horrible, man. Next question is, as I said, Lisa's on Lovely. Doug_West wants to know if you've ever bum dropped an eckie. So have you ever put an eckie up your arsehole?
Nah, what the fuck?
Neither, man. I know 2 people that have.
I know a good few people that have.
I only know 2.
Really?
For sure. I mean, ones that if I was
I've
gone to my head, I'd be like, I know they done it.
I know a few people that's done it, like, but nah, fuck that.
And we've got some eckies here to try.
Aye, so we're live on the podcast. So the answer to that's no, obviously. And I'm interested to know this. I think I know the answer. Jamie Moses, he wants to know, has the goat ever took an L?
Nah.
Ever?
Bruv. In fact, do you know what? Oh, fuck. I did take an L.
Oh, juicy stuff.
I said it in the car. I don't know if I want to talk about that. Fuck! Why did I bring that up?
Give me the L, mate.
A well-known girl in Scotland patched me, man.
Like, dead in the water.
Oh, but bro, she read it like 3 days ago. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Wait, was this a thing that was going on and then it just ended, or was it like you were trying and it never went?
Nah, it's like I respect her hustle, she maybe respects my hustle type shit, and then I thought, I'm going to just go for it, innit?
Mate,
Nicola Sturgeon patched you.
No,
you
but
were nearly in there, man.
I even went old school, like movie type shit, bro.
Like,
I was
showed
like,
up at the house with a mad boombox. Imagine that.
Pardon me. I had DM'd her and I was like, oh, what's your favourite restaurant in Edinburgh or Glasgow? And then she was like, oh, Glasgow will be here. She's got, if she's watching this, she'll know. Glasgow is here, Edinburgh's here. I was like, oh, we'll pick one, we're gone.
Oh, I like that.
Innit?
I like that.
She's still no reply. Just says seen.
Mate, what I always say is
that's the only L I've took.
Wait,
in fact, is that even an L? I feel like it's an L on her behalf.
Aye, just passing up that opportunity's an L.
That's what I'm saying. So, have I took my first L? Nah, I've not.
The only L's, I always say the only L's I take are lessons, baby, yeah?
Exactly.
We win or we learn.
Exactly.
We win or we learn, man.
Always.
But me, I wanted to talk to you about as well, just a bit more. What did you find? Because obviously you came on this podcast, right? And it was like, you spoke for a long period of time, which I think allowed people to see who you are really, but without the wee snappy video and all that, like the real you. So did you feel that? See, when you came away from this podcast, do you feel the perception changed?
Aye, but it was just a matter of time when people had the opportunity to actually sit down and listen, and that's why, like, I thank yous as the platform to bring that, because like, people only pick and choose when they want to see that certain side of Kaz Milligan, like the jokey, winding people up type shit online, but because they focus on that, but when I upload something serious, they'll either no watch it or watch it and then just go back to that shit and then only focus on that and only judge me because of that. But you've already just ignored the serious video. Do you understand? So when you see me being serious on a podcast, like the first time was like quite deep and shit, like, oh, Kaz is actually, so is the rest of the shit fake? No, it's not fake, man. You just choose not to watch that serious shit.
I like people who've got different sides to them, as you said.
Everything I do, I just try and inspire loads of other people, like kids or anybody that's been doubted. Like, that's, as I say, that's my main focus. And there's plenty of serious videos on my channel doing that, or doing certain shit that's sick. Like, collaborating and opening up a Starbucks.
That's
Like,
mad.
there's kids there waiting on me, bro. They're inspired. There's like, I don't know, like I've been on multiple different podcasts as well. Like, people want to just pick and choose when they want to see that side of Kaz. Does that make sense?
No, I get you, mate. And like, I wanted to ask just on top of that as well. Like, are you ever hesitant? Like, is there ever a wee battle inside yourself that you're like, right, I know, like, it's not like you're being somebody else, but you're turning Kaz Milligan, like, it's seeing the shorter videos and that, it's like do you ever think like, fuck, like, I know what gets views, but I also want to be myself? Do you ever get caught in that wee?
No, really, bro, because like I've said this before, when you are out with your boys, right, at the pub or at the club or whatever you do to have fun, smoking joints or whatever, right, you're not that same person when you're chilling in a movie night with your bird. There's different sides to everybody, bro. So if I want to be serious and be inspiring and motivate people, I can't do that. But if my life was just that non-stop, I'd get bored. Like, there's a fun side to Kaz Milligan, and that's what people see. But there's also a serious side. Like, it doesn't mean one is me being myself and the other one's fake and a persona. Oh, yeah, it's me. I've just got different types of me, just like everybody has, bro. Like, if somebody's watching this and he's like a Kaz hater, he's not gonna be like, oh, he's fake. It's like, oh, so you act the same when you're out with your boys, when you're with your missus, or in front of your mum, or whatever. Nah. Fuck off, no chance. I don't think anyone does. Nobody is, lad. People's got different side of their personalities, and it's about time people realise that, even if you've got followers or not.
Aye, no, that's true, man. That's true, man. We've done. How long we done, Joseph?
Short of 2 hours.
Mamma mia, as I say. So we've got a final question, and I think it would be great because I think it just ties everything together for the first one. Aaron McFadden wants to know, can we get a freestyle?
Let's do it.
You want to do it? We going again?
Wait, boys.
He's got his hat sideways.
Oh my god.
Get the Rolex on, bro.
Oh.
Or just have it sitting here.
I'm just going to sit. I'll just.
Right, who's gone first?
Needs to be the goat, doesn't it?
Do rock, paper, scissors for it?
There you go.
Right, ready? No, but how do we?
Just do it. Fuck it.
Right.
Oh, you go first.
You go first then, aye.
Can you turn it up? Bit of foot
Turn that up for me, Joseph. Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Shout out all the, what is it, Gaffinators or
Gaff-
something?
The
Gaffamaniacs.
My gran, she never done it.
She never done it. She never even had the blade.
I thought you were going for the blade.
Kaz Milligan.
Yeah.
Loving the flesh.
I was the best. I say it with chest.
Holy moly. Kaz came through with the rollie. Kaz came through with the slides. Me and the man, them going on glides.
Going on glides. BBC 3. Watching.
Me, I'm the king. Getting the money up, wearing the bling. Made money online. No need to chop the ching.
Oh, chop the ching. Chop the ching. Chop the ching.
Kaz with the drip as usual. Kaz didn't come in no Peugeot.
Hey.
Kaz came in a Porsche. Oh my god. Go Porsche.
Lambo. Kazo.
I'm the goat. Your girl's turning up the volume where remote.
Turn up the volume with the remote.
Does anybody want to buy a watch? I'll do a good price, being serious, nae rap. Has anyone seen my ops? Or they running as usual? It's me and a man, them looking for them in this fucking broke down Peugeot. And yeah, I don't tell no lies. Yeah, I really don't tell no fibs. Cause half of them man got splashed and the rest are gonna get chipped.
Hey, I'm sick of the haters. I'm getting the paper. Got my eyes on one girl, Chloe Fater.
Chloe. Don't know.
She left my man on red. Now he's looking all dead.
You meant to say that?
I'm guessing that's
Left
it. That could be a bar there, but no man, Kaz, look, what a beautiful way to end it. What's happening in the future, mate? Just bigger things, just in general.
Just bigger things, man. I've got an NFT project coming as well.
Metaverse shit.
Metaverse shit, man. I'm building serious shit.
Do you want to
I'm buzzing.
Talk about that for
Quickly, a quick rundown. A wee couple minute rundown. So Milligan NFTs. It's going to be intertwined with Milligan goods, but we're buying land in the metaverse, building a digital fashion store for Milligan. So if you walk in there in the metaverse and buy something for your avatar digitally, it will also come to your door in real life.
That's fucking cool.
If you own one of our NFTs, you're going to get early access to every drop. You're going to have like discount surprises. We're going to fly people abroad, like holidays. So much coming, man. So much.
Is anybody done? Is that like a? Is there a roadmap for that? Has anybody done anything like that, or are you?
The big dogs are trying, like Balenciaga, Gucci. I think they're tapping into NFTs, but for like somebody in my league, nobody, bro. So we'll be the first.
Leader of the pack, brother.
Always first.
Always first, because I'm the GOAT.
Never second. Man, Kaz, it's an honour as always, mate. We better go home at some point.
Thank you for having me,
bro.
Thank you so
Pleasant
much.
to
Thanks
see
for
you,
the
mate.
presents. Let's just show the people the slides. Well, better than
High
Yeezy.
five.
Much better than Yeezy.
They are. They really are. That's no
Genuinely,
joke.
bro.
Really are.
Genuinely.
And the Rolex is alright, I know, man.
That'll do. That'll do.
But aye, troops. Hope you enjoyed it. The GOAT has returned. He'll be back many more times. I would put your house
I
on it.
want to be, man. This is my favourite.
You could
podcast.
just
thank you, bro.
next time just come on and just talk shite. Just be like a regular contributor.
I
Aye.
would love that.
Aye.
I would love that.
We'll all wear dinosaur outfits.
Oh mate, big
No,
inflatable ones.
aye, we'll wear them and then you can like hit us or something. I've seen that in a sexual movie once, but aye man, thank you so much for coming on, my
Thank
boy.
you for having
Loved
me, man.
it.
Cheers,
Troops,
boys.
hope you enjoyed.
Everybody subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment. We need a name for the people that love the gaff, so get commenting, man. Cheers, Troops.
Cheers.